Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Give Them Lala podcast. It is the bonus episode. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Better be wearing green.
I know. Tonight, we will be getting buck wild. We're having Nick and Joe over to fix a nice Irish meal.
Yeah, what is it? Corned beef and cabbage?
Something like that. And then I'm making green drinks. You know?
Yeah, we should make other stuff too.
Yeah. You don't like that?
I don't love corned beef and cabbage.
Okay, well, we'll make something else for
All right,
TT.
I'll put something on the menu.
I've always loved St. Patty's Day, and usually, like back in the day, it was my best friend's birthday on St. Patrick's Day, and we would go up to Park City and stay the night and just bar hop all of Main Street and have the greatest time of our lives. And we always went in the morning to the hotel, and we would get a little bit buzzed and lay in the bed and watch like Lord of the Rings or like Harry Potter before we got ready for the night, and would always order food to the room.
That was my...
and get ready.
No matter St. Patty's Day or anything, birthdays, anything that you were going to like, it was an event.
Yeah.
That was my favorite by far, was like going, even a staycation. You go downtown and check into your hotel at noon.
Staycations are the best.
And you just, back in the day, you'd have a little cocktail. We'd go down to the bar and grab a drink and then go back up to the room and just chill.
Yeah.
Have a TV.
I know. Do people get St. Patrick's Day off work or no? They're just going to work super hungover on Tuesday?
No, I think they're just super hungover on Tuesday.
And I feel like it's just like a known thing that everyone's going to feel that way.
Because back in the day, when I was working in Utah, we had like a potluck.
Oh, okay.
So it's fun, like green drinks and all of that. And then they would let us, like they would let everyone go at like 2. So you could go and like be with your family, go and do whatever you wanted. And you were expected to be back on Tuesday. A lot of people want.
It's kind of hard to get to work when you're like hugging your porcelain friend.
Right? And it's even harder when you're just at work hugging your desk.
Ugh.
Not even working.
What's the point of even making people come in if they're not going? Like, to work. Actually don't have them come in and just don't pay them.
Wasting money. There it is.
Exactly.
Have them use, like, that was what I would do. If there was a drinking moment, I would look at my PTO. Right, shove that right there.
What's PTO?
Paid time off. See, you've never had a fucking real job. PTO, baby, paid time off. I know you guys know. Yeah, we love some PTO. God damn.
That is so good. So I asked the podcast page.
Drunk moments?
Yeah. I was like, it doesn't have to be on St. Patty's Day, but when you think about St. Patrick's Day, you think about getting wasted.
Hamad.
Yeah. Hamad. For sure. You are out cold, okay? And puking green because they make everything green, right? The bread is green. The butter is green. I don't know if we should be consuming whatever dye that is.
Right?
Yeah, but we do, and it's fine. We're all alive and well.
It's once a year. But that really is the greatest, is walking on the streets either night or next morning and just seeing green vomit everywhere.
Repulsive. So I just asked, I'm like, what are your drunken stories? It doesn't have to be on St. Patty's Day because there's a lot of other days in the year to have funny shit happen.
Oh, we're going to learn about our pod in here.
Hell yeah, we are. In college, found out we had boys over the night before when we saw it on their stories. The amount of times that I've woken up and been like, wow. Without this phone, I would have no recollection of what I did last night.
That was my first thing. I don't know about anybody else, but like right when Instagram was like, I mean, it came out when I was in high school, but like when I was 21, 22, 23, like heavily drinking and going out, the first thing I would do is wake up and go to Instagram and just tap through to see if I was on anyone's or to see if I posted anything.
Oh, the shame. The shame of the story and being like, oh, my voice is so annoying and I thought I looked so cute. And I
was just drunk as shit.
And like I thought I looked so cute that I actually saved the story to keep on my phone forever. Long ago. No good.
I don't do that, but I know a lot of people will connect with that.
Yeah. Most chicks who use the filter and then they're like singing and you think all is well. And then the next morning it is cringe.
Being sober and going to events where like drunk girls are like doing selfies and they're drunk and you can just see it. And yes, I'm an eavesdropper. I'll look at the phone. And to see them, and I know they're looking like, I look so hot. And I'm like, you need to open your eyeballs.
Drunk puppet. I know that look well. I had it many times.
Straight in the back and don't smile drunk. It's like, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, but the only thing worse than drunk girls thinking they look cute is drunk boys thinking they look cute.
There is nothing worse.
They get douchey.
No, there is nothing worse than seeing 5 dudes walking in a group to bars. They're all fucking horny and
Easton.
And they're horrible.
Horrible humans.
You guys know how much I am in love with my bed. And Ocean loves it just as much as I do. It's really hard to keep us out of it. And I think we both love it for the exact same reason. My super soft, cozy, 100% organic cotton sheets from Boll & Branch. I have the signature hemmed sheet set in white, and these sheets really do get softer every time you wash them. I would know because I am a frequent washer of the sheets, since Ocean and I do love to snack in the bed while watching Housewives. Okay, so maybe it's just me watching Housewives, and maybe it's just me doing most of the snacking, but still, these sheets are incredible. Boll & Branch has designs and colors for every bedroom style and mattress size. They also have great airy bed blankets, cloud-like duvets, and so much more. You can try Boll & Branch sheets for an entire month. Seriously, you can wash, style, and sleep in them for 30 days and feel the difference for yourself risk-free. If they don't change the way you sleep, you can send them back for a full refund. But trust me, you will not be doing that. You're going to love them just as much as I do after the first night. Now's your chance to change the way you sleep with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/Lala. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/Lala to save 15%. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
In college, found out we had... Oh, I read that already. It's like, this sounds familiar.
I've read this chapter.
My birthday is March 16th, so I have many of these, LOL. And one is we were doing a bar crawl, and on the way to the car to go home, I had to pee, and we were not going to make it back to a bar. So my husband was like, hey, just go pee in a bush. And since I can barely walk straight, he was supposed to help me as well. He ends up not helping much because while I am peeing in the bush by some apartments, I end up falling into the bush. So I'm just there laughing, crying, sitting in a bush.
Full of her pee.
Grass and my own pee. At least, this is so gross. At least I make it home. He helps me shower and gives me a good birthday present that my neighbors probably heard me from the drunken oral pleasure I had received. 10 out of 10 night. Woof.
Little Cookie Monster is that guy. Oh, boy.
The fact that that whole experience got the two of you revved up enough to want to touch each other after, especially with your mouths, is wild.
If I was like, you just fell in your pee, we're giving this 48 hours of sanitation.
Minimum.
Yes.
Minimum. You peed in a bush and then fell into the bush you were peeing in. I'm solid for a minute. Also, ow.
No, she did say that they went home and got cleaned up. So I guarantee when he got home, I don't know if he was sober, but he was like, all right, let's get every fucking
Well, it was her birthday, so she deserved it. I don't know. I kind of am into it. So one time at a work Christmas party, I drank a little too much. Last thing I remember is doing a shot. The tipping point. No good.
The last one.
No good.
It's like the last roller coaster. You never get on it.
No. Where you're like, I could be done.
One more ride. Now. Go home.
Go home. It's one too many. Overserved. It's the tipping point. You're at the top of the mountain. Just stay right there. One more and you're off. Especially at a work party. I always worried about, well, I never really had a job. So I can't relate.
PTO, get out of here.
But I can imagine that would be a scary place to be where you get so wasted that you don't remember anything, and that is how you pay your bills. Is that job? You just hope that everybody forgets.
I will say I've been a part of Christmas parties, work events, and that's pretty much it.
What do you mean?
They're getting hammered, baby. Like, all of my, like, just to let you know, there was a stage.
Yeah.
And 10 girls drunk at my Christmas party got up. 3 of them fell off the back.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Were they okay?
They were fine, but everybody's just drinking. But work parties, you don't understand. Work is like family. You are there more than you are with your family.
Okay.
8 to 5, 9 to 5, 6, whatever it may be. I loved the people I worked with.
Right.
It was like family. So, like, for me to get drunk with them, it was like, yeah, we're having fun. Like, because you work with them until you're like, we can't do nothing. And then you finally can go out and have drinks with, like, your friends and family that you work with. It's like, I'm fucking going.
Right. And if you're that wasted, you're not doing it on your own, unless you're me.
No. Christmas,
you're rip-roaring together.
Work parties are wild.
Right.
We should throw one with the 2 of us. That'd be great.
Then none of us drink.
It's all sad.
Not a one of us drink.
We could have...
I bought a shit ton of non-alcoholic booze at Bevmo.
What was that one, though?
Which one?
The 0.
They're all 0. Oh, Hip 0? Yes. The champagne that we got at Anna Jack.
Hip 0?
There's a fabulous
non-alcoholic
Thai restaurant on Ventura called Anna Jack, and it is so spectacular. But they have a sommelier who's also like top tier in non-alcoholic wines, and he recommended this champagne called Hip 0. I could not find it at Bevmo. Good God. I tried to get Bevmo and Venmo into one.
Oh, I
Didn't
think you're
work
onto
out.
something.
And it was like brute. It was dry. It gave you the bite.
It was like drinking an actual...
Champs.
Yeah.
Which
like
is my most favorite thing
like
to do.
I like a bitter. I don't like a sweet. Like I like that tart.
Like, don't give me a non-alcoholic bottle of wine that makes me feel like I'm drinking Welch's grape juice. If I wanted Welch's grape juice, I would drink it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something that is going to give me a placebo effect. Anyway, we should do that. We could throw a work party.
You guys have heard me talk about how important your metabolism is, and that's because it's your body's engine. It turns the food you eat into fuel to keep you going. So I found something that gives me insight to improve my metabolism. It's called Lumen. It's this little handheld metabolic device that measures your metabolism through your breath. So I breathe into the Lumen first thing in the morning to see where I'm at and to get my personalized plan for the day based on my measurements. You find all of this right in the app. Based on your breath, it'll let you know if you're burning fat or carbs, and then it'll have suggestions on how to improve your sleep, nutrition, your workouts, and even stress management. The Lumen is small, fits in your pocket or your bag. I like to carry it with me so I can check my metabolism after I eat, and even before and after workouts with Jenna. So take the next step to helping improve your wellness. Go to lumen.me/Lala to get 20% off your Lumen. That is LUMEN.me/Lala for 20% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. You guys, I went a little buck wild at Fenty Beauty over the weekend, but I do not feel bad about it because I used Rakuten and earned cash back on my Fenty haul. Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. What are you shopping for? Fashion, beauty, electronics, maybe home essentials? What about dining and concert tickets? Yep, download the Rakuten app and earn cash back on all of those things and more. Stores like Sephora and Bloomingdale's and even Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. And that cash back is deposited directly into your PayPal account. Or if you're like me and not the most tech savvy, Rakuten will send you a check. You can even maximize your savings by stacking cash back on top of other deals like store sales and coupons. So that's what I did. Fenty Beauty was already having a sale, so I got sale prices and cashback. Cha-ching. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and it's really easy to sign up. I am perfect proof of that. So get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
One time I was drunk. I was confused why chicken nuggets were different shapes. Sounds like you were stoned.
You were on something I would love to be on.
No, but I can relate to that when you go to McDonald's and the chicken nuggets are all different shapes and you're like, how did this happen? Is that
took
really
me back to
chicken?
high school smoking.
Yeah,
Like
that's why I'm like, that you were drunk thinking this. You also smoked a joint, right?
Yeah.
That's a high thought.
Yeah, no, I'm having 1,000 of them.
Well, it does make sense, though, why you would think, why are all of these chicken nuggets a different shape?
Cutouts different? Oh, my God. I felt high for a sec.
I was drunk in a cab and threw up on my arm to avoid the
fine.
The fine of puking in a cab. Good aim. Can I tell you a disgusting story?
I have one with you.
I'm not even going to say the airline. I was so wasted coming from Vegas back to LA, and I couldn't get the puke bag out of the thing. So I just puked all over the floor. I was in the window seat. There was someone in the middle and on the end. And then I took out all the magazines and just put them on top of the puke.
You're repulsive.
And no one could track who was there because this was an airline that...
You pick your seat on board.
Thank God.
You're the reason why they're chinging it. They're like, fuck, give these people seat numbers.
This happened so long ago.
Oh, well, obviously, you've been sober for 6 years.
Right, but it was 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
I wasn't drinking, highly anxious.
Okay.
I was flying from Puerto Rico back home.
Okay.
After a work thing, and I was just like anxious because I was missing whatever it is. I got onto the plane, still anxious, no throw-up bag. I had to dump, like I'm puking, dumping out my backpack on the floor, and then I threw up in my backpack.
Ugh.
I know.
Threw it away.
I gave it to, I walked
You gave it away?
Well, no, I gave it to like the flight attendant. I was like, hey, I couldn't make the bag, so I throw up in this if we can. And she was like, yeah. So she took it to the back. And then she was nice enough, because I didn't have a fucking backpack anymore and all my shit's out. She gave me like a Delta like handbag
that
so I
was
could
nice.
put all my stuff in it. But that, and I was in an Uber, drunk, and I threw up into my hoodie. And then I had it like that, and then when I got out, I dumped it, took it off, threw it away because I didn't want that fine.
And just like that, I'm thrilled I don't drink anymore.
No, yeah, there are moments where I'm like, wow, it's great to not feel like that.
Yeah, there are moments where I'm like, I could really, really be down to feel that feeling. And then I start walking myself through the process, and I'm like, I know how this story ends.
Somebody
I'm
told
good.
me something that stuck with me.
Tell me.
And drinking is having today's and tomorrow's fun tonight.
Wow. No.
See?
Not happening.
No, and that stuck with me. And I'm like, because it really is. Like, you have, number one, you don't remember anything. You're just having fun, I guess. And then your whole day is a hangover.
Ugh.
Don't miss it.
I can't even think about that with kids. I would, no thank you. My favorite was a friend and I were so drunk she fell asleep half in, half out the front door. I passed out on the stairs. My dad, who's a cop, hot, woke up, dragged her in the house, and left her in the foyer, and me still on the stairs. Gangster, that dad. He's like, fuck this.
He's like, I deal with you motherfuckers all day at work.
By the way, the only reason I'm pulling you into the house is because I could get robbed if the door stays open all night.
And that's why you're in the foyer. I just pulled you in just enough to lock this door.
Not for your benefit, but for my own.
For safety in the home.
Yeah.
And I love how, like, not a blanket was put on any of them. Just,
No.
You're here.
You're here. You're safe.
Good riddance.
You know what, though? When I was a drinker and a stoner, I still could not go to bed without taking my face off. I probably passed out without being able to remove my face maybe twice. It gave me such anxiety.
You couldn't sleep.
Even wasted.
Yep.
I had to get in pajamas. I had to get cozy.
Yeah.
Because you're already feeling like shit. And I'm going to feel even worse if I wake up and I'm not cozy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just pass out anywhere. I can't, that never happened to me.
No, I've seen, like, you know, when you're with your friends and they just walk in the house and, like, crash on the couch.
Never.
I need my teeth brushed, deodorant on.
No, that's
shorts on for bed, and then I can put myself to bed.
Yeah.
But if I wake up in the clothes that I just had an event in that I have no idea what I did, I'm going to wake up in that mental. And that is not where I want to be.
Totally. Even on the night before I got fully sober, I was in the bath scrubbing the remnants off of my body that were going to remind me of
that night.
Yeah. I was definitely, even before I would smoke weed, I knew to bathe because I became one with the bed or the couch. And I brushed my teeth, even though I knew that I was getting prepared to have a munchathon because I had the munchies so bad when I was stoned.
Same, but that was my best thing too. Get home drunk as shit, get everything ready, brush my teeth, have my little snacks on my bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rip the pen.
Totally.
And then I would just fall into a zen.
The best slumber of life.
Right.
Dyed my hair blue because I was trying to do just a little piece of it, but then I rinsed it in the lake.
Oh.
Could you imagine?
That's another trip to the salon.
How would that work? I think you have to wear a cap, pull one strand through.
Mm-hmm.
I got drunk at a Carrie Underwood concert, decided my seats were too far away, so I walked right down to the front row like I owned the place and plopped myself down. I couldn't figure out why there were so many seats open down there. Turns out it was for the season ticket holders of the venue. The guy in front of me turned around and said he knew these weren't my seats, but he would cover for me. I had to use the bathroom, so he offered to take me, so this guy sounds nice. So I'd be able to get back in. Turns out we got to use the fancy washrooms, and then he showed me the free buffet and open bar. So glad Drunk Sam is so confident because I ended up having the best time. That guy sounds awesome. And also, I relate to that because this person is Sam.
No, that's what so she's speaking in third.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And there are times where I think about like Lala, especially Drunk Lala, and I'm like, she's a badass. When did I lose that?
When you put down the bottle.
No, because I had it for a while after that too.
True. I don't think you haven't lost it. I think you're just in a different headspace right now with kids, and that will be back.
But I relate. And by the way, so cool of that guy to be like, I know that these aren't your seats, but you just want to have a good time. They're not your seats, but no one's sitting there, so no harm, no foul.
And she said there were a bunch of empty.
Yeah.
It's wild to just, and like she said, I acted like I own the place. If you walk in with confidence, no one really will say anything. If you're looking around like, are people, like, confidence speaks volumes.
Well,
and if you just sit, they're going to be like, maybe that person sold the ticket to that girl. You know?
But I don't know why. You guys don't know this about me, but I am a rule follower.
No, you are.
I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want the smoke. I just want to chill and live my best life. And I don't want someone to come down and tell me that I can't do something. Because then I go, oh,
it's
get
like
away with it. Beat up my ex-best friend's boyfriend for cheating on her. You're a badass. Let's be friends. I drank so much one weekend, I slept until 6 p.m. that Sunday. That sounds so horrendous and so depressing.
Yeah.
No. I was beyond drunk at a WVU football game. Amongst other antics that day, I ran up to a girl being wheeled out on a stretcher and leaned over her and proclaimed, "Looks like somebody's drunker than me."
Wow. I really needed that too. And I bet the girl in the stretcher did.
I bet the girl in the stretcher was incoherent.
Maybe.
But I appreciate it. That's funny as shit.
Oh.
And like, what were the people wheeling her out doing? Like, should we get two? It seems like this football game is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
But that's what football games are for. The tailgating of it all. There are certain days in Utah that I go back to and I'm like, those days I knew it was going to be fun. Tailgating for a Utah football game. Gay pride. And St. Patrick's Day. Those 3 days, I knew today's the day it's going to be on and popping. And it's all going to happen during it's going to be a steady drunk throughout the day. Sometimes I couldn't handle it when it was just a night thing. Like back in Utah. If it was just night, I think I would overdo it and I'd be like, whoa. Whereas if I started in the morning, it was kind of just like a
nice
slow
buzz.
roll.
And then when you got to that 5 or 6, you were almost kind of done drinking.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, I had my buzz for the day. I want to start winding down.
Yeah. Like during football season, it's like, no. I don't do the after party of things. I ran full speed into scaffolding in NYC and broke a rib. I was trying to catch a train. Public transportation. What a bitch. And the hard thing when you're drunk is you don't feel that shit.
No, that's a tomorrow feel.
One time, I was so wasted, and I was talking to this guy, and he was like, you have to run off your drunk. Like, go out into the cool air and, run it off. I go outside of Chandler's house in Foothill, and I run. It's cold as fuck. Full speed. Trip and fall. I still have scars, dug out from my thumb. Completely dig out the top of my toe. It was horrendous. Horrendous. And you want to know who had to baby me was Dad.
He was very good at that.
I was so upset about the fact that I would just go outside and try to run really fast, being as drunk as I was.
Oh, it's not a sprint. It's a light jog.
No.
When you're drunk.
I sprinted and ate shit. Hard. So I think that I'm glad that I'm sober. When I think about all of the things that I did when I was drinking, I'm like, you know what? This St. Patty's Day, I'm okay with having a Heineken Zero dyed green.
Yeah. Seeing everybody else get drunk is good enough for me.
Yeah. There's a few brands that I highly recommend for if you do have a busy day come Tuesday. Heineken Zero makes an excellent non-alcoholic beer.
I do want to say
there's also a Corona and a Stella Artois.
Yeah. I just want to say, being in the program, if you are in the program or anything like that, or just be careful with Heineken Zero, because a lot of
people, it's a trigger for them.
Yes.
I'm talking about people who are totally normies, but they know that Tuesday morning. I'm happy that you did. Thank you for pointing that out. For those of you who are normies and you have a long day Tuesday where it's like they don't care that it's St. Patty's Day, you can still feel like you're participating.
Yeah. Crack a beer and then have the Heine Zero, then another beer, and now you're at a great level field right there.
You've got a great leveled out feeling. You guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. Please be safe. Remember to Uber or call a Lyft or have a designated driver. Have the best time and throw one back for me and TT.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patty's Day. We're going to catch you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all 3? I'm getting really good at that.